I want to tell you guys thank you so much for your patience with me. Perfect. So today's webinar is powered by Flick Fusion, the best video for your automotive dealership. Head on over to flickfusion.com to learn more. Automax Recruiting and Training, who is the absolute best. If you want to find the best people to work in your company, you need to work with the best recruiters. AutomaxRecruitingandTraining.com is where you'll find them. And of course, if you want the best marketing tool to generate leads for your company, head over to manyfunnels.com. But wait, do it at the end of this webinar because there's a special offer coming. If you guys are excited and you've always wanted to generate more leads for yourself, do me a favor, tap the thumbs up. Tap the thumbs up on the screen if you have always wanted to be able to generate more leads, more opportunities for your business. That's you. Tap the thumbs up on the screen. Now, if you've always wanted to generate more opportunities for yourself, you've probably found what a lot of us have, which is it seems impossible. But I want to let you guys know this. It's not impossible. As a matter of fact, you can trust me when I say there's nothing more annoying, though, than spending all day at work and having no one at all to talk to, which means no chance to sell. And that's not the worst part. The worst part is, don't you hate it when you spend money trying new things that just don't work? So frustrating, right? All the gurus tell us this is the way to do it. Buy this product. Overnight, you're going to make money. Well, that's not really the case, is it? Let's be honest. All this stuff that's out there can be a bit overwhelming. Trying to build a brand, trying to generate leads, trying to capture and build that list because the money's in the list. All of it can be pretty overwhelming. And at the end of the day, if it doesn't work, we can end up feeling like a complete and total failure. Until just recently, though, if you were struggling to build your brand or launch a new product, you had to call on some sort of marketing consultant or expert or guru to come in and review your offer and your sales approach, because that was really the only way to do it. What they would do is they'd come in, you'd spend a lot of money, they'd evaluate your processes, your ads, your overall image, and then they'd lay out their game plan to help you get better conversion. And that would work, hopefully. I remember working for a dealer group, and we hired the biggest and baddest ad agency in the country. And they told us that the best thing to do were sing-along songs. So they went all over town recording like these little bar sing-along songs, and then it had our branding and our stuff for our dealership. Like, we're everyday folks. Look, we do sing-along songs. It was the biggest flop in the world. And we were spending tens of thousands of dollars per month. If that would make you upset, tap the angry face. If you spent $30,000 a month and got no results, and you'd be upset by that, tap the angry face and let everybody know. See, here's the thing. There's a problem with those big consultants. Usually consultants like that, most of the time, by the way, they do help out. But the problem with them is that they cost upwards of $500 an hour. So you can end up spending tens of thousands of dollars for something that you hope will work. That's simply too much for somebody who's just starting out trying to build their business and their brand. Heck, it's too much for somebody who's tried and been financially struggling, and it's definitely too much for a realtor or a small business owner who's working with a small business budget. So I'm going to let you in on something that's going to make your life a whole lot easier. If you want your life to be easier, tap the thumbs up on the screen. Of course, everybody does, right? Here's the thing. This is called the Sea Monkey Marketing Method. Now, let me start by telling you this. This is not a method you have to buy. I'm going to give you the step-by-step instructions on how this works. But first, I want to tell you a little about who I am and why I'm doing this webinar. Why listen to this Matt guy, right? Well, here's the deal. My name is Mat Koenig. I'm the co-founder of the Rockstar Auto Conference, along with my good friend and business partner, Chris Spear. Now, I've created 5 businesses since 2005. 5 of them. I've actually sold 3 of them, and I've lost everything 3 times. Now, you may be saying, well, why would you tell me you've lost everything? Well, there's a simple reason, friends. Because over the years, with all the losses that I've taken, that we've taken in our businesses, I'm going to share with you something that we learned so that you can take off and have without having to lose hundreds of thousands of dollars through trial and error. If that sounds good to you, tap on the heart. If you think learning how to get successful without losing hundreds of thousands of dollars is good, tap some hearts on the screen. See, here's the thing, friends. I've struggled with the same issues you're facing when it comes to generating leads for myself in the past. And we've struggled with it when it comes to generating leads for our companies. And trust me when I say the one thing that's made all the difference for me personally and for us in our business is adding the Sea Monkey approach to our marketing plan. And once you see it, you're going to love it. This one adjustment took our business from being unknown. I'll give you a good example. Rockstar Auto Conference started February 2016. So it was unknown. We first started promoting it in like January 2016. But the first event was March 2016. It didn't exist. No one knew us. And in 2 years' time, we've gone from completely unknown to a database with over 20,000 contacts. And the database was built in the last 8 months. If you'd like to be able to build a network that size that you could drop an email to in a moment's notice, tap some hearts on the screen. Show some love for that. I love it. Here's the thing, friends. The results that I'm going to go through with you, the results that we've gotten and the stuff that I'm going to go through with you today is life-changing. Because of this, our companies operate 100% debt-free. We don't have any debt. We don't owe money to anyone with our company. And I'm telling you, if you use the strategies that I share with you in this webinar, your opportunities will almost overnight, they'll almost double. And this is insane because this is what worked for us. By using the Sea Monkey marketing method, you can create a sense of urgency for people like you've never done before. Let me say that again. You can create a sense of urgency like you've never done before, with just a couple simple steps that I'm going to show you today. People are going to feel like they cannot give you their info fast enough. If you'd like to build a huge list of people that you could connect with, tap the thumbs up. If you'd like to do that, tap the thumbs up just like the lady on the screen. Of course, I know you guys want to build that big list. Now, I'm here to tell you this. This is not some cheap, gimmicky affiliate sales or MLM program. Listen, I love affiliate marketing. I have no hate for it, but let's not kid ourselves. A lot of times when we see these webinars, we see people talking about their method, they want to get us into a multi-level marketing deal. They want to get us into their downline. They want us to get other people in our downline. This is not that. This is not multi-level marketing. There's nothing for you to sign up or you to sign your friends up for in some pyramid. What I will do at the end of today's webinar, if you hang until the end, is give you something special that nobody's had the opportunity to get yet. The method that we're going to show you is time-tested, and it's 100% proven methodology that has worked for over 50 years. So this isn't some fly-by-night idea. This isn't some thing that just popped out of the woodwork. This is something that's worked for 50 years, but has been adapted and evolved so that it works in the digital landscape. And I'm so excited that Rockstar Auto Conference gets to bring this to you through one of our Rockstar educational webinars. This is what works for us, and we're going to share what's going to work for you. So today we're going to cover 3 simple things: visibility, conversion, and staying top of mind. Visibility, of course, is people seeing that you exist, right? Who you are, where you work, what you do. Conversion is getting them to give you their information so that you can market to them. And staying top of mind, of course, should be self-explanatory. But staying top of mind means being in front of them so when they think about your business, they think about you. Now, I haven't told you the best part about this webinar, though, so buckle up, friends, because you're going to be pretty jacked up about this. By watching this webinar all the way until its end, all the way till completion, you're going to have the option to get our brand new Many Funnels tool for just $10 a year, $9.97 for an entire year. That's a savings of $338.03 just for learning how to get more leads in your pipeline. If you like the idea of that, tap some hearts and show some love. Plus, we know you're going to love Many Funnels so much, we're actually going to give you 100% money back guarantee. So your $9.97 investment is purely protected. If you don't feel like it's working for you, just let us know within 30 days by emailing support@manyfunnels.com, and you're going to get a complete refund. 0 risk to you. And you get all that by hanging until the end. Now, let's dig in to today's training. By the way, throughout this training, when you see something you like, tap some hearts, tap some thumbs up. And I know most folks are going to be watching this after the fact, but that's okay. Tap some love, show some love as you're watching this. Let's dig into today's training. First, we're going to talk about visibility. What visibility is? Well, there's two kinds of ways to get yourself visibility. There's free visibility and there's paid visibility. Now, I'm going to ask a question to the couple of you that are watching it live and type your answers in the box. But what would you rather have? Free visibility or paid visibility? Which would you rather have? Go ahead and type your answer in the comment box on Facebook. Would you rather have free visibility or paid visibility? Go ahead and type your answer in the comment box. I'd love to hear what you'd rather have, free or paid. Now, here's the thing. Neither one is bad. Any visibility is good visibility. Of course, we'd love to have it for free. We'd love to not have to spend the dough to get it, right? Free is what we all want. But at the end of the day, any visibility is good visibility. Now, there's a couple ways to do it, right? There's digital and traditional. And like Chris said, Josh said free, of course, and Chris said free visibility is always the best. Here's the thing, gang. As you're looking at this stuff, right, there's traditional and digital. Now, there's less and less traditional, but let's just define the two. Traditional would typically be television, radio, print, billboards, things like that. What we're going to focus on today is mostly digital. But when we look at paid visibility, there are things like, if you're a car salesman, I see a lot of real estate agents, car salespeople, insurance folks buying those placemats you see in the bottom left corner of the screen and putting their logo on there and their business, that kind of stuff. But there's also paid visibility through Google AdWords, Facebook ads. Now, most of us, when we think free visibility, we associate it with social networking. And you see some of the big dogs up there, some of the hottest that are out there right now, of course, being Facebook and Instagram's getting a lot of traction. One thing we won't be digging in on a lot today, but I'll share a little tip with you guys. Pinterest indexes really well with Google. And if you're posting stuff to Pinterest, you have a good chance of getting some visibility out there. So that's one you may want to also consider. If you don't recognize the other logos up there, you'll see things like an RSS feed for a blog, Snapchat, and Vine and Twitter, of course. But let's dig in a little bit deeper. Let's talk about free visibility and some of the benefits to it and some of the cons. Now, the best part about free visibility, come on, let's all say it together. It's free, right? We love free visibility. And if you've built a good network of people, a good audience, then free visibility can pan out really well for you. I will give you an example. I've seen a lot of folks on Facebook that are trying to get to that, 5,000 followers. They're friend requesting everybody in their industry. Now, let me share with you some of the pros and cons of doing this. The downside to just going for free visibility is that you've got really limited exposure until you have a huge network. But the other downside is you have limited exposure even if you have a huge network, because only about 10 to 20% of your network at any given time will ever see you even pop up in the timeline. And the percent that engages when that pops up is even lower, because you can't be sure that people are going to be looking at Facebook or looking at Instagram or Twitter or whatever moment that you're sharing your post. So you're going to have limited exposure regardless, but especially if you don't have a huge network. The other thing is this. A lot of folks are trying tactics like tagging everyone in their social media posts. And while this does get people to look at your post, A, it takes a lot of work to tag them all, but B, it could cause you to actually lose some of your connections and some of your followers, because some people say to themselves, look, I don't need 100 notifications a day just because you're posting stuff that you believe is important. But at the end of the day, free visibility is a good place to start. And here's a pro tip that you won't see written down in this webinar. Pro tip is this. Instead of trying to chase after everyone to be your Facebook friend, try and befriend people that are relevant to your business. Let me say this again. Try and befriend people that are relevant to your business. Because if what you're sharing has relevance and adds value to their lives, they have a higher likelihood of sharing that with other people. Now, free visibility is a good place to start. But this is where the money is. No pun intended, by the way. Paid visibility is where the money is at. Now, I mentioned those little placemats. I'm going to tell you, If you're in a rural area, a small town, something like that, those little placemats that go in breakfast restaurants and things like that typically cost you maybe a couple $100 a year or a couple $100 for 6 months. Those things, they can literally do well for you if you're in the right rural market. Same thing with billboards, depending on the type of business that you're in. The other type of paid visibility that can pan out really well, especially if you're in a niche market, is utilizing Google AdWords. We're all familiar with that. The third type of paid visibility, though, that we're going to talk about is Facebook ads. Now, I've already talked about the placemats enough, so we're not going to dig into that, or pizza boxes, or any of those other traditional deals you could do. Can you do them? Yes. Are they the best return? Probably not. So let's talk about paid visibility and start with Google AdWords. Is it a waste of money? Let me ask you this. If you think Google AdWords and running ads on Google for you individually or as a small business, if you think that's been a waste of money for you, do me a favor and tap the thumbs up on the screen. Tap the thumbs up if you think running ads on Google has ultimately been a waste for you. Now, I want to share something with you. In most cases, I think it's a waste of money for a smaller business or individual to run ads on Google. And I'll tell you why. Because there's never a day when you're going to be able to outspend the big guys. If you're an automotive dealership, you can run ads that are local and relevant. But at the end of the day, you'll never be able to spend more than cars.com or kbb.com or edmunds.com or CarGurus. Now, that doesn't mean that it's a bad thing to advertise on Google. It just means if you're going to run an ad, be conscious of what you're advertising and try and find the niches. There's an old saying, there's riches and niches. Try and find something niche to advertise on there. Special offers, special promotions, things like that. That way, when somebody's searching for a specific term or special, you have a higher likelihood of showing up and less competition. My personal opinion is that if you're the little guy, the small fish in the pond, there's no sense in trying to outspend the big guys when your dollars can go so much farther on other platforms. Speaking of other platforms, let's talk about the one I'm referring to. That is Facebook ads. Now, with Facebook ads, you'll notice what's highlighted on the screen. There are a couple places your ads are seen. There's the news feed, which is what you see when you're scrolling through your mobile phone, what's popped up there. And what you see is a desktop shot that also has the ads over in the right column, the side rail there, where you see just different ads that are typically from a pixel, relevant to stuff you've shopped for online, etc., etc. Now, there's also messenger ads, and that's not shown in the screenshot, but that's another way to advertise to your audience is through ads on Messenger. So a couple different ways you can advertise on Facebook. Now, I want to share with you why we feel like Facebook ads tend to be better than every other medium. Now, we operate business to business. Now, you might be business to consumer, business to business, whatever capacity you're in, doesn't matter for the purpose of this demonstration. Facebook ads help you get a broad audience, a relevant ad set without a big dollar spend. Now, I've crossed off some of these ads, but I just want to show you some of the results from a little ad that we ran, 5 different little ads from very short term. Okay, these are just short term ads that were run. And now you can look through and you can see these ads. Some way dramatically outperformed the others. But if you look at the fourth one down, you'll notice this ad got 542 clicks, 41,000 impressions. It was 18 cents a click. Now, I don't focus on like cost per impression, cost per reach. I look at who is clicking over, who's converting to actually landing in the top page of where I want to put them. And to get 542 people, to get people at 18 cents per click is ridiculously affordable. But even at $1.28 a conversion, Facebook is much more affordable than Google Ads. So we believe that right now this is the best source for doing paid ads, but it's not the only source. Instagram is growing rapidly, and you should be thinking about Instagram now. The good thing is when you run an ad set Facebook, they also will allow you to show those ads on Instagram as well. And that's a pretty awesome opportunity with their swipe up feature when you're running an ad and clickable links. So there's some good opportunities there with Facebook right now. Instagram is the next big advertising medium, and it's already been taking off. Now, Instagram used to just basically be a photo blog site. That's all it was. It was a site to post your photos so people could check out what you're into. Well, now Instagram's got some of the best marketing on the market. You can learn more about it, by the way, by business.instagram.com. There are a couple other things to know, too. Instagram stories are a cool way to advertise. When people click on your story, you can share video, things like that. You can tell them, hey, this is what's going on. This is why you want to connect. Swipe up. And then you can put a link in there for them to swipe up. Pretty awesome stuff with Instagram. So make sure you check out Instagram stories. Learn more again, business.instagram.com. They've got a cool tutorial there that'll just help you learn how to get your brand the visibility that you want through Instagram. So paid ad wise, you've got Facebook and you've got Instagram that are huge opportunity generators for your business. But here's the kicker, gang. Let's say we're running ads, because many of us have done that. We've run ads before we kind of figured it out. We ran ad after ad, and we were spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars every single month, only to have those ads fail. And the crazy part was we were seeing clicks like crazy, but no one was converting. And we were saying, why are they not converting? Well, let's think of the traditional website today. What does today's traditional website look like? We're landing them on a giant page with 18 menu items, 50 clickable hotspots all over the screen from images to text, and we're hoping they're going to find something they like. Our websites currently are designed with the methodology in mind. Give them a buffet and they'll choose something. And I want to tell you a secret. Lean in close so you can hear this. It's all BS. People don't want too many choices. They want, when they click on an ad that is relevant to them about a process, method, or product, they want to be taken right to it. So that's where conversion comes into play. Let's talk about proper conversion for your audience. Now, there's 3 tools I'm going to highlight today that will help you give you a place to land people from your ads. Note, you can build pages on your website to land them on those, and that's awesome too. Every one of these tools I'm about to show you, 3 different funnel building tools, every single one of them is awesome in its own right. Every single one of them is, in fact, a website. That's what a funnel is. But I want to walk through the pros and cons of all 3 platforms, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go live, and I'm going to show you how to build a funnel, and that way you can see exactly what it really means to drive an ad to a sales funnel and walk someone through a funnel. If that sounds like something cool to you to be able to see, go ahead and do me a favor and click on some thumbs up. Show me some love that you want to see how this stuff works. Now, I'm going to start with the granddaddy of funnel development, which is ClickFunnels. And interestingly enough, this is how we got into using sales funnels. We subscribed to ClickFunnels quite a while ago, and ClickFunnels is a funnel building platform tool. It's pretty darn awesome, very robust, powerful tool used by tens of thousands of people. Now, if you've done anything with ClickFunnels, you'll know really it's a multi-level marketing platform. It is a network marketing company. ClickFunnels is all about creating an affiliate network so that if you've got ClickFunnels and you tell other people to use ClickFunnels, they'll go into your pipeline, they sign up for ClickFunnels, you get paid. So the pros to it, though, is it's very well developed. So it's a fairly easy tool to use. It has easy integrations with Zapier, a bunch of autoresponder tools, things like that. So ClickFunnels got some cool stuff. Plus, they offer a free 14-day trial. The downside to it is, and especially if you're working with a limited budget, is that it's pretty costly. It starts at $100 a month and it goes up to $300 a month if you get their Edison Suite and Actionetics stuff. Their $100 a month plan does only let you build 20 funnels. So if you're trying to run more than 20 ads in your lifetime, well, it may not be a fit for you. While it is pretty easy to use for someone who's a little bit of a web geek, if you're not tech savvy at all, there's a bit of a learning curve with it. And you've got to pay for a separate autoresponder for your email marketing and stuff. The other thing that was recently brought to our attention is, as of now, it's not GDPR compliant. Now, ClickFunnels is such a big company, I'm confident they'll get their GDPR compliance dialed in probably before most people see this webinar. But as we last checked, they're not. If you're wondering what GDPR compliance is, it has to do with being able to sell to people in Europe and the UK. So that's something that ClickFunnels tool is not capable, it's not compliant for right this moment. Last but not least, there is no webinar tool in ClickFunnels. If you want to do a webinar, host a live webinar or something like that, you're going to have to pay for some pretty expensive third-party webinar software. It's a good tool. It's a great tool. And like I said, there's a 14-day free trial. But basically, you can check that out. At the end of this webinar, there's going to be a link that'll have a button on the page to get to it too. We're a ClickFunnels affiliate. If you sign up, it doesn't through our link, it doesn't cost you any more. But they'll, of course, kick us back a little something if you decide to stay on their platform. If you're not familiar with what a funnel is, I'll explain that to you here in just a second. Now, you know what? I'll explain it now. Basically, what a sales funnel is it's a website that takes people through a specific path that you want them to go down. So what you typically are doing is you're offering someone something in your ad, whether that is a free gift certificate, a coupon, maybe it's a free ebook that you've written. Maybe it's a free ebook that you bought the rights to share with other people. Maybe it's a special report that you've written on, like the 12 steps to buying a car. Whatever it is, the idea is you run an ad telling people they can have it for free, and when they click on the ad, it brings them to step capture their information. So ClickFunnels, Online Sales Pro, and many funnels are all tools to help you capture the info. Capturing the info means building a list, and the money is in the list. Now, the next tool I want to share with you is called Online Sales Pro. And again, I'm going to show you these tools online so you get an idea. Online Sales Pro is super easy. One of the great things about it is super easy. It's got a lot of different templates. All their templates basically are just, a landing page where you've either got an image or a video and a spot to put an email address. It's affordable at $25 a month, and they also do a free trial. Downside, it's landing pages only. So here's the thing. You're not really getting your own, let's say, URL or subdomain or anything. Everything's on their platform, but all you can create are landing pages, really. So there's no integration, like if you want to sell a book or sell something to folks. There's no actual integration for PayPal or Stripe or something like that. So if you're an author selling books or you're doing a conference selling t-shirts, stuff like that, you can't integrate that stuff into Online Sales Pro. It is a good tool for building a list, but there's two other things that are missing too. One, you don't have an autoresponder tool. So from their tool, while they have a really neat iPhone app that'll notify you every time you get a lead, the downside is you don't have a way to do email marketing with their back end or with their app. If you want to email that person who just submitted a lead, you're emailing them directly from your device, your phone, your laptop, whatever. This means if you've got 15,000 leads that came in from 15,000 people and you want to tell them all about a new product you have, well, with Online Sales Pro, if you don't have a separate autoresponder, your thumb is going to hurt because you're going to have to send 15,000 emails. But if you do have a separate autoresponder, MailChimp, something like that, you'll be able to send it out. You'll just have to pay a lot for that other autoresponder. The other downside, of course, too, again, no webinar tool. So you have to pay a bunch of money if you want to have a webinar tool to be able to go live on your site, things like that. But you can get a free trial of Online Sales Pro as well, which is an awesome tool. And you'll be able to see, again, a link for that at the end of this webinar. Or you can go to bit.ly/OSP Rockstar. Make sure you do it all lowercase. Now, on to many funnels, and here's the thing. Full disclosure, we're biased toward this because we created it to fill all the voids we were missing from our other funnel tools. Many funnels, the pros of it, it's a complete marketing tool. Gives you all the sales funnels, everything built in. It's got an autoresponder included, built right into it. and it's super, super affordable, as you're going to find out at the end of this webinar. Plus, we've got a ton of tutorials on many funnels to teach you how every aspect of the platform works. Last but certainly not least, it is GDPR compliant. What are the downsides? Well, look, we built this tool affordable. We don't give a free trial. Good news is at the price we've got it for with this webinar, you can afford to buy it year after year after year. And of course, the other potential con is that it's new to market. So some folks go, hey, you know what? I want to see something tested for a while first. At the price we're offering this, don't wait until it goes up. Just get it now. All right, so we talked about visibility, we talked about conversion, but what about staying top of mind? What does that even mean? I'm going to give you guys a moment, and I want you to type this into the comment section. What does it mean to stay top of mind? Share that in the comment section. Go ahead, type now. All right. Top of mind awareness basically means being in front of people at the right time. Like Josh said, it means to stay relevant to your customer. Boom. So in order to do that, you've got to have some processes in place. And what we've found is, we didn't invent this, but I'm going to share this with you. We actually learned this from Russell Brunson at ClickFunnels, and that is creating a soap opera sequence. So if you haven't ever checked out his book, Expert Secrets, feel free to message me after this webinar, and I will make sure you know how to get a hold of that book. Absolutely free, and all you have to do is pay Russell shipping and handling. Josh also said you got to make sure they remember you. Absolutely. Staying top of mind, basically make sure that when these people think about the business you're in, that they think about you. Let me say that again. Top of mind awareness is when people think about the business you're in, they think about you. Now, at the end of this webinar, you're going to actually have a link where you're going to be able to download what you see on the screen, the soap opera sequence email. What this is basically a roadmap, and you can print out a bunch of these if you like to handwrite stuff before you create your email templates. But you can download and print this at the end of the webinar, and this walks you through a 5-day email sequence to send to everybody who joins your list, who clicks on one of your ads and opts in. And you'll notice on this soap opera sequence email, there's a link at the top that you can go to, and that helps you learn how to build your attractive character, which will make more sense as you read through the soap opera sequence. But basically, this is a 5-day email sequence that starts by setting the stage for what people should expect from you over the next few days. You tell them your backstory, how you hit a wall, how things got challenging. You share the one thing that changed it all, share some hidden benefits, and then you end with your call to action on why they want to do business with you. So you'll get this email sequence downloadable at the end of the webinar. But this helps you stay top of mind in that first couple days when they're at their hottest. But you've got to do it longer than that. For example, what you see on the screen is an example of a potential pre-sale cycle, sold cycle, and unsold cycle. So you've got your soap opera sequence in the first 5 days, and then you got your did they buy, yes or no, and if they bought somewhere else, why did they buy, where did they buy, etc. If they're still in the market, what could we have done better to help grow the business and build the relationship? You're also going to get this email marketing map with the pre-sale cycle, sold cycle, unsold cycle, and why buy sequence. You're going to get a copy of this map so that you can build it yourself at the end of this webinar, which, by the way, I mapped out a lot of time for the webinar and then realized that most folks are working during the day. So the reality is I'm going to open up for Q&A at the end, but this webinar is not going to last 3 hours today, friends, because you're going to have 90% of the folks watching it afterwards. That being said, if you've got questions on this webinar, when you're going through, what I want you to do, even if you're watching it on the replay, is type those questions in the comment box. I will be going back in, looking through, and answering those questions for you, because if you've got them, other people have them as well. So I told you at the beginning of this webinar I was going to share a way for you to get many funnels for $9.97. And once I get through the slide deck, then I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you how we build these funnels to generate our own lead opportunities. And I'm going to show you how you can do it yourself. But I told you at the beginning, that part of the webinar. Now, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to turn my screen into a funnel building machine, and I'm going to show you how to build a sales funnel right in our Many Funnels platform. So I'm going to log in right and show you guys how to do that. So bear with me for just one moment, and I'm going to show you how this awesomeness works. All right, we are going to go through and rock out building out a sales funnel so that you know exactly how to create a funnel and get folks to give you their information and convert from your Facebook ads, your Google ads, whatever ads you're running. We're going to show you exactly how to do that in this funnel building section. So what I'm going to do is first and foremost, I'm going to go through and pull up creating a page, and I'm going to share my screen with you here. So bear with me for 1 second, and I'm going to share what I think is absolutely fantastic, and I think you're going to love it too. We're going to go through and we're going to build our first squeeze page funnel. Let me ask you this. If you're excited about being able to generate your own leads and knowing how to build a funnel, do me a favor, click some thumbs up on the screen. Click some thumbs up on your screen if you're excited about building your first funnel. All right, I am going to share my screen with you now, and hopefully you folks can see the screen that I'm sharing. I'm going to do a couple things here really quick. I'm going to separate out my Be Live screen from my Many Funnels screen just so I can take a look and see what you're seeing here. And we are going to go solo on the screen that is being shared. So you should be able to see that now. Perfect. I'm going to go through right now, and I am going to build for you an awesome funnel. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a new page, and we're going to build a funnel from Z to A. Now, what I always say is build your end page first when you're building a funnel. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with page 2, and I'm going to say lead gen. I'm going to just call this funnel lead gen page 2, and I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And over here on the right, I'm going to make this page full width. And I'm also going to make sure it's a blank page. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to hit publish. Why are we hitting publish? Well, that's just so that we can make sure that the URL and everything is saved in here and good to go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to load page 2 of my funnel layout. So I'm going to click on load layout. I'm going to click on my saved layouts, and I'm going to do just a simple squeeze page template. So I'm going to click on squeeze page template page 2. And once I do this, now I'm going to click on use visual builder. Now we're walking through, we're building an entire funnel, and this whole thing's going to be done in less than 5 minutes. Now you'll notice page 2 is already here, and I'm using my visual builder. So whatever I mouse over gets highlighted. Right here's your attention grabbing headline. I'm going to say, thanks for submitting your, I'm going to say, you're about to change your life. And then I'm going to say down here, now that you've joined Many Funnels, you're in the club. Down here, big thank you message. I'm just going to let it say big thank you. And I'm going to say, we know you're going to love this awesome tool. Be on the lookout for our activation setup email from support@manyfunnels.com. And that's it. I'm going to go down here and I'm going to save page 2. So this is page 2. As you can see, lead gen dash page dash 2. Now I'm going to exit my I'm going to create another new page. I'm going to create page 1. And I'm going to say lead gen page 1. And I'm going to go over here. Same thing. I'm going to make it full width. and I'm going to say blank page. And I'm going to hit publish. Hey, Chad, thanks for jumping on. We're just walking through how to build a funnel, and then you can always go back and watch the replay to get it all. So now we're going to go to load layout. We're going to go to our saved layouts, and we're going to choose squeeze funnel template page 1. And now that we're there, we're going to say use visual builder. This is going to take us right in to the visual builder, which is already loaded. With step 1 in the funnel, what do we talk about with a funnel? A funnel is just designed to get people to give you their info so you can build a list and start marketing to them, right? Pretty easy stuff. So what we want is we want this to be clean and we want it to be easy. Now you'll notice that these two things are not perfectly aligned side by side. Well, there's an easy way to do that, and we provide the code and everything for you to do it if you don't know how, but we can simply do it by going in here and adding a simple little thing that says DS-vertical align, and we can go down here, and put it in the column number 2 as well, and then that'll make everything look pretty. All right, so on page 1 of the funnel, we're going to put an attention-getting headline, something like enter your email to get many funnels for $9.97. Now, you may say to someone to get my free ebook or whatever. Whatever the title is, you just put it in the top and say, you don't want to miss this. Down, best marketing tool ever. And then enter your email address below. Don't worry, we won't spam. Now, we've got a form here, though, and we need to make sure that form goes to the right place. So in a new window, I'm going to open on my dashboard, okay? And I'm going to go down to a tool we've got in many funnels called WP Response Pro. Now, in WP Response Pro, I need to do a sign-up form. So I'm going to quickly create a sign-up form that I can throw right in that funnel. And all I want in this funnel, for example, is I want to capture the email address. And then I'm going to redirect them to page 2 of this funnel. Now, I want to make sure I have the link address exactly right. So I'm going to go in here and look at the pages I just created, and I'm going to sort by date. And we've got lead gen page 2. So I'm going to copy that link right there. So on my lead form, I've got this email address. This is what the form looks like. I'm going to say, let me have it. I'm going to make sure people are added to my many funnels list. And then I'm going to send them to this thank you URL when it's over. Everything's in there, email address, and I'm just going to copy this area right here. Simple, easy stuff. But now I've got to put this, of course, into the lead form. So all I have to do is mouse over this form and click the gear. Ta-da, up comes the form code. I just paste mine in and hit save. Now I'm going to save this whole entire funnel. And voila, we'll exit the visual builder. In just under 3 minutes, we've built an entire sales funnel. So what we would do is when we run an ad on Facebook or whatever, we would copy this link. Now, if I enter my email address here, let's say support@matkoenig.com is my email address. I could say, let me have it. Boom. Now I'm opted into the list, and guess what? It took me right to my thank you page, and that's how easy it is to build a funnel. Now, let's talk about beyond the funnel, because we talked about it being more than just generating the list. Well, beyond generating the list, we've got to do something with it. We want to be able to connect with people. Well, we talked about autoresponders and the soap opera sequence. Now that's the 5-day email sequence. You can build out your autoresponders quickly and easily here. And all you have to do is click Add New. Boom. Once you click Add New, you can put your subject in, choose what list you want this to go to. So let's say I want this to go to my many funnels list. Thanks for joining. And I could say email number 1, content. Okay. I want to send that to people 10 minutes after they join my list. I can put all the content in here, put my name in here, and then I can hit save. And what that'll do is that'll send it 10 minutes after they join my list. Now I'm going to save this list, but I'm not really going to send it out to anyone. I have to select a list. So I'm going to make this go out 90 days after. That way it doesn't really go to anyone, and I can delete this list after the demo. Oops. Many funnels interest. Save. Now I've created one autoresponder. Thanks for joining. Now I can copy that list and make my second email. Email number 2 in the sequence. And maybe I want that one to go out 91 days after. Now, typically you're going to do the first one 10 minutes after. The next one's going to go 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. But you get the point. Email number 2, we can copy that, create email number 3. That one's going to go out when? 92 days after. And so on, and so on, and so on. And now we've created an automatic email drip that goes out to our lists day 1, day 2, day 3. And it's literally that easy to create. Now, let's say we want to send out an email broadcast, or let's say we want to delete it. Boom, we deleted the list. Let's say we want to send an email broadcast out to these folks. All we have to do is click on the broadcast tab. And you can see email sends, opens, and these are just a couple things that were sent out recently. Now, maybe I want to resend this email to people that didn't open this one. Like this went to 8 people, but only 2 of them opened it. So I'm going to resend it to the unopens, and I'm going to say, boom, did you see that bonus? And it's all set up to go out. Hey, did you see this bonus? Cool. We're going to say no sense in sending it to people that are already subscribed. This just talks about the bonuses. And I'm going to say send now. Boom. We've got a broadcast created, and this is being sent as we speak. So it'll take a few minutes to send. I can refresh my screen. And that's how easy it is to do a mail marketing blast right from the back of the Many Funnels tool. It's quick, it's easy, it's awesome, and this is designed to help you sell more product, make more money, and most importantly, get yourself more opportunities to generate leads for yourself. Friends, there's no easier way than utilizing the tools that we've put forth for you. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back, and I am going to, really quick, I want to say thank you so much for those of you that tune in and watch live. Thank you to those that watch it after the fact. I'm going to pop something on the screen for you here really quick, and it's just the link for you to go to so that you can go and get yourself the information, and that's oops, probably help if I did it right, bit.ly, bit.ly /RWD0614. This link that's on the screen is going to take you over to a page on the Rockstar Auto Conference site that gives you all the bonus tools. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that up for you so you can see exactly what that page looks like. And that way you'll see exactly where you're going to be taken to for the webinar download. So one more time, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you, and I'm going to show you this page. So you'll be asked to accept cookies because we are GDPR compliant and everything else. But you're going to go to bit.ly /RWD0614. It's going to take you to the screen that says, thanks for attending the webinar. And you're going to find 5 different things here. 1, you're going to see a click funnels trial. If you click on the Many Funnels button, and as you'll see down here, this will bring you to the opportunity to get Many Funnels for just $10 a year for up to 5 years. When you click buy now, this is going to take you right over here to secure checkout. So it's 100% secure, protected. Shows you get 12 months of Many Funnels, and then it'll renew every year for up to 4 more years. So $10 a year. You absolutely cannot beat the Many Funnels deal that we've got going on. Down here, you'll find a link to download the soap opera sequence template that is printable to help you with your 5-day emails. And as promised, another link for the autoresponder sequence. And this one will also be downloadable, printable. It's a PDF that'll walk you through 6 months of email follow-up. Listen, friends, I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate you joining me on this webinar today. Thank you very much for tuning in. Listen, at Rockstar Companies, we're passionate about helping you have a better quality of life and learn how to sell better, lead better, market better. So hopefully you found this webinar valuable for you. Best part of all, you didn't have to sit here for 3 hours to do it. Because of the time of day, we don't have the Q&A. So here's the thing I want to say one last time. Actually, I'm going to put it on the screen. If you have questions, go ahead and send them to, you can either put them in the comments, or you can send them to info@rockstarautoconference.com and use the subject line webinar. And I'm going to pop it on the screen here. You can send email to info@rockstarautoconference.com. Use the subject line webinar, and then I will make sure to respond to all of those questions within 24 hours for you guys. So you got the questions you need. Listen, thanks again for tuning in to today's webinar for Take Control of Lead Generation. On behalf of myself, Chris Spear, I want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you very much. Now go out there and make your day and hopefully someone else's amazing.